All right, Coach. EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the steel capital of the world, Pittsburgh, PA, at Heinz Field. This was the scene just a few moments ago as the Pittsburgh faithful were fired up by the hometown Steelers taking the field. They're all set as they'll match up with the Baltimore Ravens. Seems like we were just starting training camp, but here we are in October, and off we go on EA Sports. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
Block 80! Check, 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 check. Check, check, check. Black is on!
This is a guy who made a Pro Bowl in his second season, James Conner. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
He may be playing free safety while wrapped up in a corner's body, but Earl Thomas is the best center fielder in the game. He cleans up everything back there as far as I'm concerned. I think he just has intelligence, understands things, and boy, is he tough.
Team 6. Team 6. King. Check right, check right. Tight dog, tight dog, tight dog.
On 2nd and 7, Roethlisberger. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down. So he can't hang on, and as I watched that unfold, I remembered an expression that I've heard, maybe from you, I don't know, but you're going to get hit anyways, might as well hold on to the ball.
Well, you know a coach said that, right?
Yeah.
Not an actual player. Not a chance at all. Way easier said than done.
A tough spot here on their opening drive. This is 3rd and 7. From the shotgun, it's Roethlisberger. He's going to go for a big play downfield. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
With it is Brown. Yeah, that's a 48-yard punt with the coverage holding him to 3 on the return. And the Ravens, they'll take over. Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their own 27. Now it's Jackson. And he's out of bounds, able to take this one up to the 35. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion.
So much goes into a successful play, doesn't it? How about that play action there? Freezing the defense just enough to bring the tight end free downfield for the completion.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Jackson is going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. Shedding the tackler, and it gives him some room. It's a big play there for Baltimore. 41 yards.
Tell you what, partner, you get the football in his hands, just give him a little bit of open space. As we just saw, he can make you pay.
And he wasn't the top option there, but check down turned into 1st down and then some. Now Jackson on 1st down. Trying for Brown, and it's intercepted. It's picked by the linebacker, T.J. Watt. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. It's almost like you can see the look of frustration on his face. 4 interceptions last week. We talked about it all week. What did he do wrong? And another one here in the first half.
And you can understand the frustration. You actually feel his pain a little bit. But the worst thing he can do is what you're seeing right now, showing the other team that he's frustrated. All they're going to do is double their efforts to make him even more frustrated. He's got to gather himself, compose himself, and keep fighting.
Well, he talked a lot about erasing that loss last week, getting back in the win column. We'll see how he responds.
230.
On 1st down, it's Roethlisberger. Going top shelf for Smith-Schuster. And that's caught inside the 30. And oh, at the end of it, he stripped. Ball comes loose. And the Ravens have got it. Charles, he lost a fumble last week as well. So now back-to-back weeks, maybe you expect that from your tailback, but not him.
You're exactly right, because you work a lot with your running backs about how they have to protect the ball in traffic. But downfield in open space, that's dangerous as well, because you may make someone miss, and their flailing hand can knock the ball away.
The Red Sea parts, and there he goes. 20, 10, and all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Justice Hill, 78 yards, and the Ravens have taken the early lead. Well called, well blocked, and then he just made a great play. That was an athlete going a long way.
Yeah, how about the suddenness, too, of just getting there and taking off and going? For the defensive guys, plays like that really hurt.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Pittsburgh's offense now heading back out onto the field. And this is a unit that, to be frank, doesn't look like they've woken up yet. I mean, a punt and a turnover on their first two drives.
And I think the game's starting to take shape a little bit now. And I'm going to take it to the basketball world. When you're having trouble scoring or moving the ball in basketball, what do? Get it to their best player, right? Find a matchup, create it, exploit it, and try and move the football.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
You better bring. Check eight.
Here's Roethlisberger to throw. Open man right side is Smith-Schuster, complete. 15 yards on the play, first down. That's what we're used to seeing from him right there. Plays like that, why he's number 4 in the league in terms of receiving yardage.
Able to make adjustments all along the way. Doesn't matter where he lines up, where he releases from. Working his way into the secondary, figures out defenses and finds weak spots in order to get open.
Through an opening, and there he goes. And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers. Ryan Switzer, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Steelers are an extra point away from tying this thing up. Extra point put through by Boswell. And we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. This is taken at his 4. And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20, call it the 21-yard line.
The Ravens take over 1st and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. And they hit the home run last drive. One play on the ground all the way to the house. Now the defense, maybe they're expecting a run here.
Partner, I love your description, because when we talk about hitting the home run, we're usually thinking about a passing play, aren't we? Something in the air, deep ball. But how about them just taking it big-time jaunt? Now if you're coming back out, now they've established this run game, the play-action pass could very well be open.
4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. Jackson hit, and he lost the football. And it's picked up by the Steelers. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers. So the defense forces the fumble. They get the score, and a guy on defense becoming offensive there, Charles.
And you know they love that. Any guy on defense loves to pick up the ball and have it in his hands and try and score himself. In this case, that's exactly what happened.
He'll be singing in the shower post-game. And you can bet they're preaching two hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. This is taken at the 3. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. A first scoring update now from Carolina. And it's the Panthers there out to the early advantage. We'll keep you updated on that one as it progresses. Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10, just shy of the 30. Jackson now. And the Steeler pressure too much here. He's going to go down. T.J. Watt able to record his 5th sack of the season.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them.
And the pressure gets to him again. Ryan Shazier got in that time, the first-round pick of 2014.
They just gave up a sack there, and if I'm not mistaken, they gave up 4 last week, didn't they?
Yes, and just looking really porous, aren't they?
They really are, and I'm wondering if they're going to have to start thinking about keeping the tight end in, maybe a back, someone to help assist, because right now, the quarterback's been getting hit a lot in the last couple of games.
Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender is making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything to warrant a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Blue 30. Let's see what you got. World! Hey, orbit!
On 2nd down, here's Roethlisberger. Going top shelf for Smith-Schuster. It's caught inside the 25. And all the way down to the 22-yard line.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
They'll throw on 1st down with Roethlisberger. Throw left side taken in by Washington. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down.
At the Ravens 16-yard line.
Second and 5 after the 5-yard completion on 1st down.
Let him know, let him know.
Now a fake on the give here as they try the run pass option. And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown. 2 first-quarter touchdown passes now for Ben Roethlisberger. And the Steelers are going to add on to their lead. Boswell good with the extra point. And it's now 21-7. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This one fielded at the 5. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line.
The Ravens take over 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
And now here come the Ravens. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of 1st downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. After the penalty, a fresh set of downs. It's 1st and 10. Jackson, options out left. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. It'll be a gain of 10 to start the drive out, and by a few inches, that'll be a first down.
Well, partner, for a few years there, we thought this read option play was going to take over the whole NFL. It seemed like everyone was using it, but it has been scaled back considerably in the last few seasons, mainly because people were worried about their quarterbacks getting hit. But when you called it the right time, and
the Steeler pressure too much here. He's going down. Bud Dupree in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. A pretty wild first quarter, 21-7, our score. Ready for the second quarter, and it's our visitors with the football as they've got it with a 2nd and 10. On second down, Jackson. They set up the screen to Hill. And he's going to get this down near the 30-yard line. That one good for a first down pickup of 18 yards.
They ran that one well, and not only did they pick up a nice chunk of yardage on the screen, they sent a message to the defense. Rush the passer all you want, but you better be careful. We can hit you going back the other direction.
And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. 9 yards on the first down. Keeper, and it's 2nd and 1. Off the play fake. Here's Jackson. On the crossing route, complete. It's Andrews. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. That one a gain of 20 and a first down.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. He rifles one that's intercepted. The safety, Terrell Edmonds, picks it. And they get the football, but not much on the return here as he stopped at the 7-yard line.
When a team's turned it over 3 times in the first half, we just look at the offense and say, guys, what are you doing? But instead, we really should be looking at the defense. They've created the takeaways. 2 interceptions, 1 caused fumble. They played awfully well swarming to the ball here in the first half.
A reminder about Sunday Night Football later tonight. It's a rematch from the divisional round last year. Colts and Chiefs from Arrowhead. Then tomorrow on Monday night, the Browns and 49ers from Levi's Stadium, where the Browns already playing their 3rd primetime game in the season's first 5 weeks.
Easy. 44. Hey, Foxtrot. What's up? 59, what's up? 59, what's up?
Now Roethlisberger on first down. Throw left side, complete to Smith-Schuster. So in the second quarter, he's already up over 100 yards receiving now.
And isn't 100 the magic number for a really good game for a receiver? So he got a chance to really shatter that and have a profound effect on this game.
So 2nd and inches after that first down completion went just shy of the marker. This is Samuels. A gain of just a yard, but it's a first down.
2nd and inches is oftentimes an invitation for an offense coordinator to take a big shot downfield because he feels like he can come back on 3rd down and pick up the first down. But sometimes you just don't want to break tendency. Stay with what you are, stay with who you know, and go get the first down. That's exactly what they did.
Now this throw, it's complete. It's Moncrief with it. The Steelers able to pick up 18 yards there. And now with that completion, he's north of 200 yards here in the first half.
And he's going to break our statistician, Marvin, isn't he? Because Marvin right now is just tallying it up. Hope his hand doesn't hurt too much doing this, or he keeps hitting the calculator. But my goodness, what a start he is off to. By the end of this game, he could have monster numbers. He just wants to continue to be accurate.
Looking for more there on first down, but this throw downfield, incomplete. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Now it's Roethlisberger. Grief. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off inside the 5. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Brandon, this is a veteran quarterback back there. He should know better than to make a throw like this. This is definitely not his best ball. And I think he knew this was trouble the second it was leaving his hand.
it's incomplete, broken up. But there is a flag down. Let's see what that's about. So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. Now Jackson back into his end zone. Oh, he can't hang on. That was a dream chance for any D lineman to possibly get a pick. But instead it falls down incomplete. So they'll come up after the incompletion for second down. On second down, it's Hill. And he's able to get him a small cushion before being taken down at the 5, a gain of 3. Now it appears we've got an injured Raven down there on the field. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back. Facing the prospect of a punt from their own end zone, they need some cushion. Let's see what they can do on third down. Here's Jackson. Finds Roberts left side. And they'll get him down right at around the 11-yard line. The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up 4th.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Pittsburgh's offense now heading back out onto the field. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. Of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately,
a 50-50 ball here, and it's intercepted. It's the former Seahawk, Earl Thomas. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync. Only way to play good defense.
On second down, it's Ingram. And he will take this up to about the 8-yard line. After getting stuffed on first down, not much better there. 2-yard gain.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
They force the incompletion on first down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on second.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in an expected passing situation.
Well, they don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Now a third down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete. Problems on third down so far in this first half. Relatively small sample size, but they're now 0 for 3.
And the average in the league, somewhere around 40% on third down for offenses. So what's the answer to this? Either convert them or don't get the third down in the first place. Get your big chunks of yards on first and second down.
And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a first down now. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And Big Ben intercepted a third time. Picked off at the 16. Now the Baltimore offense heading back out onto the field. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked
Go to
so
something
well,
else.
and maybe you try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
And he roams across the 20 to the 24-yard line. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be second down. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete. They tried to throw on second down, unsuccessful. Now it's 3rd and 1.
Kill, kill, kill.
From the gun, it's Jackson. And tight coverage there. It's knocked away, incomplete. Devin Bush, the linebacker, was the one there in pass coverage.
Well, it's looking like another 3 and out here, and at some point, got to be able to put together a drive to keep your defense from having to go right back out on the field. I feel like things are starting to unravel a little bit, and we're not even at halftime.
And how about this one now? In their own territory, a gutsy call. They're going to go for this on 4th and a yard.
55. Right there in the middle. 55. Watch QB drop. Check. 55 to Mike. Check. 55.
Here we go on 4th down with Jackson. Pressure comes, and the Steelers take him down. Bud Dupree. And, boy, possession here turns over with the football already being in the red zone.
We better not.
Now a fake on the give here as they try to run pass option. And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers. 3 first-half touchdown passes now for Ben Roethlisberger. And the Steelers find a way to stretch their lead. Now he's having a nice little first half here, partner.
And it's a first half that leaves us anticipating what can still come. I mean, 2 touchdowns already here through the second quarter. There could be plenty more before this game is over.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. And a first half that really has not been kind to them. A late opportunity here to maybe make some inroads on this deficit before half.
And this drive's going to go a long way towards telling us whether they actually have a chance to come all the way back in this game or not.
They go play action here on first down. He's got his man. It's Andrews. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 16 yards right off the bat and a first down. It's been a very one-sided game so far. They got to change what they're doing right now, don't they? You can't wait till the halftime speech to make an adjustment.
No, you can't, because if you're doing it right, you're adjusting from series to series, and they need a big adjustment here to try to put some points on the board. Typically on the read option play, when we talk about responsibilities, we're talking about what the quarterback has to go through. How about the inside linebacker, though? His job on this play, shadow the quarterback and hold him to a short gain. Did it to perfection.
On 2nd and 9, Jackson. And he will take this all the way down to the 38-yard line.
You're trailing, you're trying to get points late in half. I absolutely understand that. But remember, it's all about the ball. And without the ball, you can't get those points. They just turned it over.
Now you got to be careful because that deficit can get a little bigger on the other side with that good field position they just took over with.
We got double up. 50. Mike's 40, Mike's 40. Get in the weight room. Get in the weight room.
After the interception, here's Roethlisberger going top shelf, and his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Marlon Humphrey. We haven't even escaped the first half, and he's already thrown 4 picks.
And Brandon, back in the good old days, probably back before you were born, if your starter threw 4 in the first half, he might throw 8 or more for the game because they weren't going to pull him out. But nowadays, the patience level isn't quite there, he's going to have to make some real adjustments, or the backup may see some time.
And just a small glimpse there as to why they like this rookie so much.
And that's why they lit up a little bit in our meetings with the coaching staff, didn't they?
When we talked about him, they did.
Yeah, they like his work ethic. This guy's running every route well in the route tree and getting better at it all the time, really honing his game. They expect a pretty good jump out of him as things continue to move on.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Jackson going to throw again. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down. They were trying to go to Brown once again, but now it'll be 3rd down. The Ravens on 3rd down. Not good. 0 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. Again, Jackson. They go screen. This is Ingram. Good contain. No gain on the screen, and it'll bring up 4th down. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts, as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half. Here's Sam Cook now, standing just outside his own goal line. Returnable here from the 38. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. It's a 42-yard punt, but 8 on the return. And control of the football switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. So good field position for the Steelers as they come up 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown. Big Ben with his 4th touchdown pass of the afternoon. And the Steelers are going to add on to their lead. Extra point put through by Boswell. And the route is on here in this first half. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Likely time for one final snap as they start out 1st and 10. And they're just going to run it here up the middle. Space to maneuver at the 40. So we've come to, okay, well, so much for the halftime report here. Guy can't even finish his Snickers. We're going to get right to the 3rd quarter. Let me spit this out. So time for the 2nd half as the Steelers have the lead, and they will also be receiving the football here to start the 3rd quarter. Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. From the gun, Jackson. Looking left side, Andrews with it complete. And Andrews lost the football. And it's picked up by the Steelers. And they're going to set up shop at the 27-yard line. And they came out of the locker trailing. Not a good way to start this 2nd half of their first drive.
Can't imagine that the discussion at halftime encompassed this at all. In fact, I'm sure they talked about, okay, kind of wipe the slate clean, start the 2nd half, and let's go out and play the way we know that we can. That's not a great example of it.
They didn't envision that. He'll get 3 yards on the scramble there at 2nd down.
Yeah, he only gets a few yards on 1st and 10, but he's better off doing that than throwing an incompletion or even worse, an interception.
Here we go. Black 20.
Baby, you don't want none. Hey, you don't want to see me.
On 2nd down, Connor looking for space. A 1-yard gain there following the 3-yard pickup on 1st down. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
And they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
Roethlisberger will throw. And that is incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on third down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. Third down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
Boswell signed to a 4-year deal prior to last season, but he struggled a little bit.
Yeah, do you think that they saw 13 of 20 when they signed him to a 4-year deal?
Not at all.
Needs a big bounce back in 2019 if he wants to see the end of that contract.
Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Jackson. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. And this will be caught at the 30. And he takes it all the way down to the 28-yard line. It's a big play there for Baltimore. 47 yards. Throwing on first down, it's Jackson. Pressure applied, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back at the 33-yard line. A good response by the defense, sending them backwards after that huge gain last play. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on second down. Jackson, option right, and an alley to run. 11 yards is the gain on the keeper there, but now it's third down.
Pretty nice play here. They go read option, read the defensive end, and when he collapsed down inside, how about the quarterback pulling it, keeping it, and not only getting to the second level, but picking up some really nice yardage.
Very, very well read. In need of a conversion on third down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. To throw is Jackson. A short throw caught by Andrews. And he's going to have a first down here as he gets this one to the 17-yard line. 5th catch of the afternoon, and that gives him a first down. From the red zone now, here's Jackson on first down. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And they go the wrong way here. Knocked back to the 20. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And it'll bring up a 2nd and 13. Jackson, option right. Not even a chance to pitch that one as he's swallowed up in the backfield. That second down play nets a -4. Bear in mind, that wasn't a big lineman back there for the tackle for loss. That was a cornerback.
So are you saying the myth has been shattered? That all of them are not just cover corners? Some of them actually will stick their nose in and tackle when necessary? That's what we just saw, isn't it?
Now it's Jackson. He's going to run, but he's got a long way to Jackson hit, and he lost the football. And it looks like Steeler football. It is. And now nothing but green ahead of him. He's at the 50. He's at the 40. Past the 20. 10. And he's in for 6 and a Steeler touchdown. Oh, backbreaker. That'll drive the coach, the offensive coordinator, just crazy. You get it all the way down there in the red zone, can't capitalize. Instead, they go the other way on the fumble return for a touchdown.
How about the aggressiveness of the defense, though? They're not about to just fall on a fumble, are they? Scoop and score is their motto, and they just did it.
So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. This will be fielded at the 8. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line.
The Ravens take over 1st and 10 at their own 32.
Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at about the 32. They go play action with Jackson. Rush coming, and he's taken down.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on second down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. Jackson from the shotgun. Escaping the pressure right. He's going deep for Brown. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And, look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually, that becomes man-on-man, and you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
The Steelers now over 1st and 10 at their own 32-yard line.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
That's what I do.
The drive will start with Connor. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. All told, it's an even 30 and a 1st down. What did you see there on the defensive side? What allowed that good-sized run?
Well, they were in a cover 2 alignment, which means your 2 safeties are back away from the line of scrimmage. So if you can match up your blocking at the line, at the point of attack, there's usually some room, a big gap between that 2nd level and 3rd, and that's what they were able to exploit.
Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease.
And he goes down. The Ravens able to get to him. Kenny Young leading the surge there as he drops him for a loss of 6.
Well, nothing takes a start to have a good drive quite like a big loss on a sack, does it?
Now they're looking at a 3rd and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And old Mo is a very, very fickle man.
And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. It'll be a gain of 17 at a Pittsburgh 1st.
180.
Skip this. Man left. Hey.
Throwing now, Roethlisberger on 1st down. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Tavon Young. And the return will stop them well inside their own 20 at the 15-yard line. Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of a player is those 6 inches between the ears. But right now, it's all those interceptions that are going on. So whoever his trusted confidant is on the sidelines, I don't know if it's the offensive coordinator, the quarterback's coach, maybe the backup quarterback, that's who he needs to get with now and get himself calm.
Jackson now. And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about. So they saw the contact before the ball arrived. Penalty flag for pass interference.
And trying to avoid pass interference is so difficult. You're trying to slow down these skilled receivers, and somehow, some way, they make plays on the football, and sometimes you're there too soon.
Here's Jackson to throw. He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. Nothing at all on that one. It'll be 2nd down.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. Had the completed pass, but for no gain, stopped right at the line, so it's 2nd and 10.
Check. Kill.
Now Jackson. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Joe Hayden, the veteran, with a pick. And his crew will take over at their own 45-yard line. Yet another interception, and I just had to double-check my math. But it is now 8 between last week and this week.
I just used a calculator. I didn't worry about double-checking it. But the thing that always throws me when you see quarterbacks in this type of a bad spot, they're trying to figure out what they can do to change it, and sometimes they try too hard, and they never get out of it. And that's where he is right now. He's just locked in a really bad way.
They stay on the ground. Here's Connor again. And he works his way forward for about 4 up to the midfield stripe.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they won't put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
The Steelers on third down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. On third down, it's Connor. And that play goes nowhere. Taken down, losing yardage at the 50, right at midfield. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that's going to make it 4th down. Here's Jordan Berry now. He'll boot it away from about his 35. A 46-yard punt, 4-yard return. And the Ravens will get it. 1st and 10 from deep in their own territory.
Squeeze, double. Hustle. Hey, 50, go.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Another incompletion. You know, it's a wonder he's still moving around back there the number of times he's been sacked.
Yeah, he's staying out there, isn't he? And you don't think about it much in a game like this, but he's showing incredible leadership. Still competing, still fighting, not taking himself out of a ball game that appears lost.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. They go play action now. Jackson. And he is out of bounds, able to get it across the 20-yard line. 16 yards, a 1st down.
What I love about watching the passing game nowadays is that the one-dimensional receiver is really starting to leave the game. You've got to be able to do it all. Of course, you got to run fast. Of course, you got to catch the ball. But route running savvy and toughness, there's a premium for all of that now.
There's a throw over the middle. It's taken in by his tight end. Give him 22 yards, and that's also where they snapped it from, the 22.
Obviously, this has not been a banner game throwing the football. So what you got to do, you got to kind of down focus, don't you think? Find the tight end, take some easier completions.
The interception last drive. There he hits the reliable target.
Here we go. Time of the ending. I'm here all day. Hey, we got truck. We got 4. H3, 22, truck.
They'll fake the give to Ingram. Now Jackson under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Offensively, they're going to have to figure this out before next week. 7 sacks in one game.
Yeah, that's more than any quarterback should have to bear. And if this continues on, there will be another quarterback in the game because no one can stand up to this week after week.
There's a ball thrown right side and complete. A good pickup there, 13 yards as they get closer for 3rd down. The Ravens on 3rd down. Just 1 conversion in 8 tries. Not good. This will be 3rd and 5. Being chased out left. Now he'll let it go on the run. Deep left. And this is caught inside the 5. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Defensively, I know they have the comfortable lead here in the 4th, but they do not want to give up big plays like that.
They want to finish strong. So oftentimes in this situation, you tighten up underneath in your coverage, and you bring your safeties back. They can pick up any...
And somewhat of a measure of revenge as he's in for the touchdown, but they still trail big time.
He'll take it, but he won't be able to smile about it.
Now Tucker to add the PAT. And they make the score a little bit more respectable here in our final quarter of play. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Big Ben and the Steelers with a 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. To the right side and complete to Washington. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. The slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
They still need about the length of the football here, maybe a little less as they come up on 2nd and inches. On 2nd down, Samuels. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. The second down play results in a loss of 2 yards.
44. I know he ain't got it. Hey, alert, 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 alert. Check. Greystone, travel. Flash it, turn.
3rd and 2. Now Roethlisberger. And he finds McDonald. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. The Steeler first down on the pickup of 11 yards. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. On 1st down, it's Samuels. And across midfield he goes into Raven territory. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short. 8 yards the tally on that 1st down run. Here's 2nd and 2. Roethlisberger going to throw it. And they get to him with a pressure as Roethlisberger goes down. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
Now the throw on 3rd down, knocked away and incomplete.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on 3rd down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a 4th down decision.
Now Brown. Well, that looked for a second like he might take it all the way, but as it stands, it's still a massive return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. They are, by the way, into the 4th quarter now in Oakland. And the Bears have scored. That one's been interesting as they retake the lead. Off the play fake, here's Jackson. And if they could hold on to that lead, it would be win number 4 on the season for them. And Roberts with it over the middle. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 45 seconds left to go in the game. So a big play as it gets them all the way down to the 20 now for 1st and 10. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And oh my goodness, what a catch at the 6. The Ravens going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 seconds to go in the game. From the gun, it's Jackson. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Bud Dupree make that now 8 sacks for him on the season. Play action. It's Jackson. To the goal line, but it's incomplete. The Ravens on 3rd down. Not so hot. 2 for 9 to this point. This is 3rd and goal. Operating from the gun. Jackson. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. Maybe one final chance here to make this a bit more respectable as they'll go for it on 4th and goal. Now it's Jackson. He'll be hit and taken down at the 21. T.J. Watt. And this Steeler defense able to come up with a stop.
White 80.
On 1st and 10 is Counter. And he'll take this for a short gain on what will prove to be the final play of this ball game. Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling like they're moving the ball